To get to today on the show. We're here live from Mandalay Bay, beautiful Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. One final night before everybody gets home to kiss their wives and tell them how much they missed them or didn't. I don't know. It's up to you guys. You do whatever you want. Lots to get to. Rob Doster, Jeff Goodman, John Martin. Story of the day, Kentucky, first-year coach, Mark Pope in the Sweet 16. Rousing victory, dominant victory in many ways over Illinois. Rob Doster, start with you. What a year for Mark Pope.
Unbelievable year, unbelievable win. I think Kentucky fans can breathe a sigh of relief being able to get into the Sweet 16, the same round that John Calipari, their former coach, is in. I thought today really showcased what Kentucky has developed into on the defensive end of the floor. I thought Lamont Butler and Otega Owe did a really good job slowing down Will Riley and Kasparis Yakashonis. The play of Amari Williams, the backdoor cuts that he could throw, pulling Ivicic away from the basket. And, Kobe Bryant in that second half, man, they went to those the high ball screens. Illinois was in that deep drop, and they just killed them over and over and over again. I think Kentucky hit 15 of their first 19 shots in the second half. Really, really impressive performance, Chef.
26 points off turnovers for Kentucky. That was kind of the difference, and that's been Illinois' Achilles heel all season long, right? When they haven't played well, they've turned it over, and Kentucky capitalized, and Lamont Butler looked healthy. Like, this was the healthiest I think we've seen Lamont Butler look in a month.
He made 3 threes, Jeff.
I know.
He made 3 threes.
Yeah, I feel like he had been tentative the last few weeks to shoot the ball, and tonight he made that first one. And I think that gave him confidence to take the other ones. And they're not going anywhere. They're not going to Final Four without Lamont Butler. I said this all year. He's their most important player because, as you said, of what he does in the defensive end. It's contagious. When you have him out there, to be honest, it is contagious for other players where it's like, you watch that dude playing that hard when he's that banged up, you have to defend.
Yes, it sets the tone on that end. But there's also the point guard element. What do you say? A team can't make the Final Four if they don't have
a point guard.
And Lamont Butler is Kentucky's point guard. In the first half, we saw so much of it where he's coming off those ball screens, keeping somebody on his hip and able to make a decision. He was so good today, John. And that's what they had been missing.
No, and again, I just think this has been, I said this on Field of 68 in January. The job Mark Pope is doing is worthy of Coach of the Year discussion, and obviously that's an award that's probably already been decided. But, he didn't have Kirk Kriisa. He didn't have Jackson Robinson. He had one shoulder, Lamont Butler. I just think for him, Jeff, this is such a referendum, and a statement on, hey, what's Kentucky basketball going to be for the next 4 to 5 years? What's the future of Kentucky basketball going to be? Because a lot of people, including myself, we doubted it. We did. We said, you guys run off Cal. Do you really know what you're doing? And in fairness, Cal's in the Sweet 16 with you, right? Cal's here too. But I think you showed that although the way the sausage is made, so to speak, might be a little different, it's still really, really damn good in Lexington, Kentucky under Mark Pope.
Yeah, because they won the press conference, and that's great. They went crazy, right? Everybody was there for the intro, but I think still the fan base was kind of, a little bit worried about where this would be with a guy that hadn't won an NCAA tournament game as a head coach. He did a great job last year at BYU, but let's face it, they didn't know what this was going to look like. And in year one, to do what he's done to kind of get the momentum there, to get the fan base all in because they were hungry. And now you do the one thing that John Calipari hadn't been able to do at Kentucky in recent years, and that was to be relevant when it mattered most, which was in the NCAA tournament.
And that's where they are right now, in the dance, in the Sweet 16. They just knocked off Illinois. And here's the thing about it is, this isn't over. This run for them is not over. They're playing a Tennessee team that they've beaten twice already this season. I know the saying, John, is that it's really hard to beat a team twice or 3 times in the same season, but
I'd rather be the team that won the 2 games.
Yes,
because they won the 2 games.
Yes,
I'd rather be that team. And we've seen that. We've seen 3-game sweeps this year of teams that played, whether it was in the conference tournament or what have you.
Well, they're healthy now too. I mean, that's the beauty right now.
They're not as healthy as
they
could be.
They're as healthy as They're going to be because they knew they were going to be without Jackson Robinson and Kirk Cousins.
They're going to be
This
week
is
nine, so they were
right.
not going to be healthy.
But, even some of the guys, you look at what Colin Chandler did today.
He was
came
huge.
up the bench,
He was
made
huge.
a big three early.
Logo three.
Right.
Yeah.
Noah's giving him decent minutes. And I thought if you had to play those guys this year, you were going to be in major, major trouble. And Mark Pope has shown the ability to take those hits and adapt and have to play different lineups and still win enough. They were a 3 seed this year. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Think about how impressive that is with all the injuries, with all the new players, him being in a new spot to be a 3 seed and now in the Sweet 16. It's unbelievable.
Well, look, in theory, it's unbelievable. This year, I don't think anything is unbelievable. I saw a stat. CBS put this out. There are 4 coaches that are at new programs this year that made the Sweet 16 with a team that didn't make the NCAA tournament last season, right?